Good morning, St. John's. Please turn your screens to SJC TV. Announcements will begin in 15 seconds.
#1 champion sound, yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Set up a motor, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come pick you with you. You'll be my American boy, American boy.
Good morning, St. John's. It is Thursday, April the 18th. I'm your host, Luca. This is SJC TV, and here's what you need to know from Mr. Quinlan.
Good morning, SJC. It's Mr. Q here, and I would just like to spread some good news and some bad news, but I'm going to start with the bad news. The bad news is we need more runners. It looks like we're in 9th place now when it comes to participants and pledging, so we really need your help. Some of you may have received this, and it just goes to show that about a whole bunch of elementary schools are in the lead, and we have slipped to 9th place. It's the worst showing so far in the history of the Rotary Classic here at St. John's College. So please, if you can sign up. And so the good news is this, that we say that it ends today, the online registration ends today, but we've been told it's been extended to Sunday. So yes, Easter Sunday, I know it's a tough one, but if you can think of when you go home, sign up for our team, and that would help us out tremendously. It takes the whole school to get involved to win the cup. And in order to win the cup, we are judged on our points. We're judged on our banner. I got to put on my geeky glasses here. We get 100 points for our banner. If the principal shows up, we get 200 points. So Mr. Piccone, he's already committed. He said he's going to show up, which is great news. For a secondary school that has the most teachers, there's another 200 points. So encourage your teachers to go to this. It's a great day. You don't have to be a runner. It's all about the picture. Okay. Next we have for the school demonstrating the best school spirit, and that's what this is all about. This is about school spirit, and it's about helping out the community as well. It's for submitting the most donations, 300 points for that. So we are very low on the pledges right now, but I know we're going to pick it up next week and hopefully on the weekend as well. And for the school that has their school mascot in the picture, we receive 100 points for totaling 1,000 points. So there it is, everybody at St. John's. Thank you. And also, I hope you and your family have a great Easter this weekend. Take care.
Tickets for our spring musical Bring It On are now on sale in the main office. Adults are $15 and students and seniors are $10. That's a bargain indeed. Now over to Ms. Merks.
Good morning, St. John's. I'm Ms. Merks, and Chaplain Andrew asked me to speak to you today about my personal Lenten journey. The reading that has stood out to me most during this Lenten journey has been from John. And it says, I came so that they may have life and have it more abundantly. This is, of course, speaking about Jesus' humanity and the truth and the light in which he brought to our world, and that the example that we should follow so that we could live fuller lives and ultimately our afterlife, right? That if we too believe in him, then we too could go to heaven. Today we can often live a complacent life, worried about immediate things like what we're going to wear, what the weather's like, how much time do we spend with our friends. But really, how much do we spend thinking about our spirituality and where we want to go? My Lenten journey took a twist this past Lent when my husband's aunt passed away. She was an incredibly courageous woman. She left Croatia in a time of tumultuous times culturally and politically. She escaped over the hills of Croatia, and it was a very scary time. She probably would have been killed had she been found. As she escaped, she somehow managed to find her way to Canada. And when she arrived in this country that was unknown and foreign to her, a place where she didn't know the language, the cultural customs, and she didn't know anyone to make this place her home, she landed in a refugee camp in Canada. And we may have images of what a refugee camp might look like in another country, a tent city spread across an open field. But we here in Ajax, Ontario, back in the 50s, had one of these camps. And it was a labor camp and a place where people could live for a while, and then during the day they would go out and work in the farmers' fields, jobs that most Canadians wouldn't want to do. So this very laborious task of working this daily, there were no liberties. You went to work, you came back, that was it. Teta Milka eventually landed herself a job at a Chrysler plant in Ajax, Ontario. This, of course, was a very good auto industry paying job, which ultimately led to the upward mobility of my husband's entire family. Once you knew someone in the plant, it got somebody else in the plant. And so in my eyes, she was a true pioneer, taking risks, helping her siblings escape Croatia to come to Canada for a much better life. And I feel like that has a strong parallel with Jesus' line that he too came here to show us a better life. And so Teta Milka essentially helped out their entire family. So over this Lenten period, I've been very reflective about our roots, our family history, and education ultimately is your key to your future. If you're not so proud of your family history, or even if you are, hang on to those roots, because it's going to give you the drive and the motivation to improve your life. And if you don't like your past, change your future. And I ask you to hang on to that and relish that. And over this Easter break, may you take time to reflect upon your faith, your own faith journey, and also your past. Happy Easter. Thank you.
Attention grade 12 students who will be enrolled in a Canadian college or university undergraduate music program or a Bachelor of Education in Music in the 2019-2020 school year. This is a very time-sensitive announcement. The Tom Rayners Scholarship Awards are $700, $600, and $500. The Mel Plant Award of $700 is for vocal music only. Students interested in either of these scholarships are to submit a letter of interest, including description of scholastic and musical achievements, planned course of study, school involvement, and community involvement. The letter of interest is to be accompanied by 2 letters of recommendation and high school transcript. Students are welcome to pick up an information sheet and their transcript in Student Services. Applications are due by email this Friday, April 19th. Now over to Shaq.
Good morning, St. John's. It's Zoe from Shack. So I have 3 announcements for today. Our first announcement is that if you go to the caf today and check out, we've got some new Shack approved stickers in the cafeteria. So you can find foods that Shack has personally approved is a healthy choice for a snack or for a meal. My second announcement is that we have a meeting today in the library during senior lunch. Okay, make sure to bring your lunch and come on time. And my final announcement is that during junior lunch, juniors have an opportunity to put their name in a draw for the Fitbit. We'll be announcing the winner of the Fitbit at the pep rally on Tuesday, so make sure that you bring out your healthy snacks and your water during lunch. We'll be having a few Shack members come around and make sure that they give you some ballots so that way you can get entered into the draw. That's it for me. Back to the desk.
Adventure students wishing to complete some community involvement hours should review the bulletin board outside Student Services. We have added an opportunity to rake leaves for a senior citizen. Please check the bulletin boards for time to time for opportunities. Now over to the podium.
Hey SJC, it's Jaden and Kendra from Student Council. I just have one thing first, and that is today's railway safety tip. The only safe and legal place to cross tracks is at a designated pedestrian or roadway crossing where you'll find a crossbuck, which is the big red and white X. If you do cross at any other place, you are trespassing, so make sure you stay safe. And then I also just have a quick announcement for GLOW. So GLOW is coming up next week. It's on Wednesday. It's 6 to 9, doors close at 7, and you have to buy your tickets soon on School Cash Online. So the last day to buy a sign-in ticket is this Sunday, and the last day to buy a ticket for yourself is Tuesday night, and you cannot buy a ticket at the door or the night of on School Cash Online. I expect to see everybody there. It's going to be a great time. There's going to be a photo booth. We have lots of people going already, and I just hope to see everyone there.
So SJC, today I was asked by Chap Andy to come on announcements to talk about my experience of March for Life, which is a pro-life march that takes place in Ottawa every year in front of Parliament. I have attended the march for the past 2 years, and initially I was unsure of my position on the topic, but it really is an eye-opening experience to talk to leaders of our faith and also people who have shared their stories with us. I would highly recommend anyone to go, and there are a few spots left. It had a really profound impact on my life. If you have interest in going, it's on May 9th and 10th this year, and please go talk to Chap Andy if you're interested. Also, a reminder for all grads that the grad retreat is April 29th, and all payments and permission forms must be handed in by April 22nd. And now to a grad retreat video.
This is a great way to end our 4 years here at St. John's, and also it's a great way to celebrate graduation.
And those are all of our announcements for today, St. John's. I'm your host, Luca, and have a great day.